the show. Game On is live in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee, streaming across the Sunshine State on the iHeart Radio app. We've got you until close to 6 p.m. We'll tell you about that in a minute. Brandon Kravitz here alongside the prodigy of production, Jayden Grimes, the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi, out on top secret assignment. JK, it's 'cause it's his birthday weekend.
Happy birthday to you.
A young 95 years old is one Mike Bianchi. So we will wish him a happy birthday. His birthday isn't actually today. I think it's in 2 days. I think it's on Sunday. But why not? Hey, you only live so long on this planet. So you got to enjoy him while you got him. Now, we have a lot to get to today. We had something that just fell right in the breadbasket before we went live here. We got the College Baseball World Series regionals to discuss. We've got a preview coming your way in the 4 o'clock hour. UCF, FSU, Florida. Darren Stoltzfus from West 2 News is the biggest college baseball fan that I know. He joins us at 4:35. I've got a fantasy football ranking. What a great day to put that together. I say facetiously now that we have this breaking news. But we'll see if I can still squeeze it in there, because I was very excited to put that list together. My first of the year of any kind. Mic'd up today, and so much more. UCF NC State tonight, 5:45 pregame. So that is why we're off 15 minutes early to make way for UCF in their Auburn Regional. UCF a slight underdog in that game. Jayden, I'm a little sore. I worked out with Janice today at the Pilates studio.
Did she outwork you like usual?
She's a pro. She's got nothing else to do. She just goes to Pilates. That's all she does.
She probably does it like 3 times a day. That's Janice right there.
I made the mistake of riding my bike there, and whew, I'm sore. But no one cares about that right now, and as you shouldn't, because the Magic have hired their new head coach. A bit of breaking news for you here to start the show. So let's go ahead. Let's get to the highlights and the headlines, and we'll start with this one. The Orlando Magic finalizing a deal to hire San Antonio Spurs assistant Sean Sweeney to be the team's new head coach. Sweeney is going to sign a 4-year deal with the Magic. 41 years old, emerged as the most coveted assistant coach during this hiring cycle. In his first season in San Antonio, Sweeney took a lead role in building the Spurs and their defense under head coach Mitch Johnson. Now, I know if Mike Bianchi was here, he would go, he took a role in building the defense. The defense is Victor Wembanyama. Okay, it's not a bad point, Mike, but he is still credited for being a tactician of the defense. Now, I have my thoughts on the Magic pivoting from a defensive guy in Jamal Mosley, who was pretty good at that, to another defensive guy in Sean Sweeney, but I will save those thoughts for our top story. Just know the hire is in. Are you happy with it, Jayden? Are you good? No Billy Donovan?
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
No Jeff Van Gundy?
Well, I think Van Gundy would have been pure entertainment, but I wanted no part of Billy Donovan in Orlando, so I'm ecstatic. I'm good.
No Jason Kidd. Oh, Sean Sweeney is from the Jason Kidd tree, so you kind of get like a disciple of Jason Kidd. All right, we're going to get much more into this in the next segment. Deep dive into why the Magic hired Sean Sweeney, what you need to know about Sean Sweeney, and my direct initial thoughts on the hire. College World Series regionals start today. The opening round of the tournament features 16 regional groupings, pitting 4 teams against each other in a double elimination style bracket. It's going to trim the field to 16 by the end of the day on Monday. If you're a college baseball fan, it simply doesn't get better than this. As for the locals, the Gators are the 1 seed in the Gainesville Regional. Your Miami Hurricanes are the – did you know that?
No.
Did you honestly know this?
No clue. No clue in the world.
Well, now you can pay attention to your Hurricanes. They're the 2 seed in the Gainesville Regional. UCF is the 2 seed in the Auburn Regional. And FSU is the 1 seed in, you guessed it, the Tallahassee Regional. FSU getting it started against St. John's right now. Miami plays Troy tonight. Don't worry, I won't quiz you on this. plays Troy tonight at 6. UCF also plays at 6. They'll play against NC State. Florida is playing against Rider. Did you know Rider was even a college?
No. Zach Ryder?
This is just Rider University from, any guesses?
New York.
You're close. New Jersey.
That's a point. Half a point.
Half a point. 4-0. Florida's on top in the bottom of the 7th inning. I learned today. I had to look it up where Rider was. Speaking of baseball, Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Braves did this yesterday.
Ronald Acuna Jr. with a grand slam over the monster. He had been slumping. He had been fighting himself. This was crushed. 93 miles an hour, two-seamer right down the middle, and all home runs are not created equal. Ronald knew it as soon as he hit it and watched this ball sail over the green monster and nearly over everything, or maybe it did get over everything.
Have you ever wondered what a home run sounds like? That's it.
Felt it in your bones right
Oh, my
there.
God. It was like I vibrated a little bit. 108 miles per hour coming off of the bat of Ronald Acuna Jr., 417 feet. Fun fact, this is how much time I had on my hands before the Magic made a coaching hire at 2:45 in the afternoon. There have been 43 grand slams hit in baseball this year. We're only 2 months into the season now. Would you like to know what the average was in the thick of Babe Ruth's career?
Oh.
The average for a full season, how many grand slams were hit? Just gonna throw a number out there.
12. Is that too low? I don't know.
No, 12 is the number. How the hell did you just do that?
Dude, I'm a genius. I know my stuff.
You know 1920s Major League Baseball.
That's when I paid the most.
All
attention.
right, the savant. So 43 now, and we still have months left in the season. 12 per season in 1920. Overrated. Anyway, the Braves are really good. Currently 8.5 games up on the Phillies, holding the top spot in the NL East. On to the Blue Origin. I'm assuming that you saw this last night. This was crazy. A Blue Origin rocket exploded on the launch tower in a fiery blast during a test of its engines on Thursday night. And somehow, some way, nobody was around and no one got hurt.
That was my biggest question when I saw it this morning. I was like, how many people were even near that?
Nobody got hurt. So
That's
nobody
crazy. It looked like a nuke.
It did. And so Noah Berggren, who's a weather guy for Fox 35, put out some stats to contextualize how crazy what we witnessed last night. And for some of you listening, you may have felt this by your house. Let's see. This was comparable to 500 Tomahawk missiles hitting the exact same spot in the exact same second. That's what that was. It was seen as far away as Sarasota. That's near Tampa.
You see that half of Florida.
Homes shook, windows rattled throughout northern Brevard County. An audible shockwave traveled inland about 30 seconds after the initial fireball. Crazy stuff. Glad that everybody's okay. And we had an explosion of offense last night from the San Antonio Spurs. 118-91. San Antonio evens the series.
Left wing Vassell, back to D. Harp, up top. Harper attacking between his legs. Step back jumper, good. Dylan Harper, silky smooth here tonight. 14 points on 6 of 7 shooting. That is a plus 31 point difference, and they're up by 23. Castle, the Wemby up top, one-hand slam with a right hand, and a Methodist Healthcare assist between area 51. 28 for Wembenyama, 9 dimes for Steph Castle. And there will be a Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals. You can turn out the lights in the gym here tonight. Spurs are headed home and headed back to Oklahoma City with a W for Game 7 coming up on Saturday. 118-91 the final here tonight.
I heard somebody else explain it this way today as I was perusing Sports Talk Radio, and it was just said so perfectly. This has been the most non-competitive competitive series in the history of the NBA. Here we are zigzag to the max. Anytime you win a game, you are a lock to lose the next one. And the average margin of victory in this series has been 15 points. And yet here we are, headed to a game 7, and who knows what the hell's going to happen. I guess if you were to follow the trends, Oklahoma City should blow out the San Antonio Spurs. But if the Spurs show up like that, I don't care what building they're in, Jayden. That version of the Spurs, to me, is better than Oklahoma City.
I can't see the Thunder going down in game 7. They have so much depth, and I just really love that Thunder team. And I'm starting to become a Wemby hater a little bit. So let's go that. Thunder.
So Jalen Williams, the good one, or at least he used to be the good one, he came back last night, perhaps a little too early. He's trying to make his way back from that hamstring injury. They played him 10 minutes. He was 0 of 1 from the field, scored 1 point, and was a minus 18. Why did you bring this guy back? Why even bother? And how about the star of the show, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, your MVP, 15 points, 6 of 18 from the field. Now, they're not going to do that again, and they're certainly not going to do that at home. But they have shown, the Spurs have shown through multiple games in this series that they know how to defend SGA. And if he is not getting the benefit of the whistle when he crumbles to the floor, the Thunder are running out of secondary punches, and their second best player is not even a factor in this series in Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren hasn't been good either, but for one game.
Yeah, and the Spurs also had their number in the regular season, though. So the Spurs could easily take game 7, no problem. I really think the Thunder can do it. There's so much depth on that team. No matter who you put out there, someone can go off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They've played each other 11 times now, if you include the regular season and the postseason. The Spurs are 7-4 against the Oklahoma City Thunder on the season. But OKC just lost. Now they're headed back home. I don't know what to do with this one.
It's 50-50.
It is very much 50-50.
What's the spread? Do you know?
Do I know? Stop. Oklahoma City minus 3.5.
Ooh.
Well, we'll wait to bet it or forget it a little later on in the show, but you can throw that my way. Up next, breaking news. The Magic have hired Sean Sweeney, Spurs assistant, as the new head coach of the team. We'll give you our initial thoughts on that hire on the way next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be back right after this.
Traffic's going to be stop and go on I-4 eastbound approaching Champions Gate due to an earlier accident. That's off to the shoulder now, although traffic is backed up from County Road 557 I-4 westbound near Cayley Street. 2 right lanes are blocked due to an accident there. Move over and slow down if you see emergency crews. Southbound on the Greenway at La Vista Boulevard, that left lane's still blocked. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
Orlando, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, right there next to Claremont. Not only can you tee off on 2 stunning championship golf courses, El Campeon and Las Colinas, but you can also play pickleball, tennis, or rent a boat at the marina and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. They're beautiful. And when the day winds down, relax at the spa or dine at one of their 4 fabulous on-site restaurants. The Sunday Champagne Brunch is a feast you will thoroughly enjoy. Mission Resort is perfect for couples, families, or anyone just looking for a little escape close to home. If you just want to come over for a day of golf, book those tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. For hotel reservations and tee times, go to missionresortandclub.com. That's missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort, Central Florida's hidden gem, is just waiting for you.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green. Don't waste another weekend doing your lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at truegreen.com. Then sit back and relax.
Only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeart Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
Is back.
Please put your hands in the air.
1 stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready?
featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises. Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 8.
The jewelry store with the most likes, the most positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here.
I felt like family from the beginning, and it made a rather daunting task very, very easy.
They really take the time to find out what you want or what you desire in a ring.
You have to come here. There's no other option. The customer service, the time spent to do what I wanted and what her vision was, there's no other place to go.
You know you can go there, and you know that you can trust.
The value was extraordinary.
They genuinely care about their customers. It's not just about the sale. It's about the people.
International Diamond Center, the people's choice for selection, quality, value, and service.
I've got a beautiful diamond on my finger, and I'm very proud of it.
International Diamond Center.
I'm very happy to show it off.
Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall of Millennium, and online at shopidc.com.
NASCAR on Prime lights up Music City.
Here we go, Nashville. See what you got here.
Who's got what it takes to tackle the concrete at Nashville Superspeedway and walk away with NASCAR's coolest trophy?
Who it is? Can he do it?
Stream the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, where music meets motorsports, only on Prime. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Want to win tickets to see the 2026 FIFA World Cup courtesy of Michelob Ultra in Miami? Just log on to 969thegame.com and search on events to find out how. That's 969thegame.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of the biggest soccer event of the world. Enter today.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. Go to joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers-only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
First people to do podcasts. We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but you know,
tired and sick.
Tired and sick. Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
96.9thegame.com. The UCF Knights have punched their ticket to the NCAA baseball tournament, and FM 96.9 The Game will every Harley Moses march their way towards Omaha. Catch all the exciting action right here on the exclusive home for UCF Sports. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On. with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
We have some big-time breaking news to get to. Jason Beatty from the Orlando Sentinel will be joining us live at 5 o'clock to break this down as well. This fell right in our lap at 2:45 in the afternoon. Perfect for the afternoon show, so we can break it down live in the moment. These are raw feelings, raw emotions, raw opinions. We did not have enough time to put this in the crock pot, let it simmer for the entirety of the day. So, Jayden, you and I are kind of flying at the hip here, reacting to the news that the Magic have hired Sean Sweeney as their next head coach.
That's why they announced it. Jeff Weltman knew we were going to talk about it as soon as we got on air. They did it for that reason, BK.
I'm curious. I say this only half kidding. I wonder if the front office made the hire, they leaked the news, Shams gets it, and then they immediately run to that radio dial or the iHeart app and go, let's see what the reaction is. Well, gents, here it is. Sean Sweeney signed a 4-year contract with the Magic. He is known as a defensive coach. It's a little bit strange when you look at that on the surface, and the first question we got on the text line was about exactly that the Magic just got rid of a defensive-minded coach who had the Magic, when healthy, over the last couple of seasons as one of the elite defenses in the NBA. If that's something that they value and covet, why did they fire a guy to then bring somebody else in who specializes on the same side of the ball? The first thing to think about here, and look, I think it's a good question to ask. I'm not saying that if you think that you're foolish, but we kind of get lost in a football mentality sometimes, and basketball is different.
Oh, coaching matters. So it's the whole coach dynamic in football, basketball are completely different. Because you're with a small group of guys in basketball, and if that relationship's not there, it's time for a fresh start.
Yeah, and I think that's part of it was the fresh start aspect. What I'm speaking about specifically is the offense-defense stuff, because you're going to see this reaction from Magic fans. Well, that Jamal Mosley was a defensive guy, and then they went and hired a defensive guy. It's like if you had a football team that was really good on defense, and you had a defensive-minded head coach, and then you fire that coach, and your offense stinks, and your next coach is a defensive coach. And you're like, but we got to get the quarterback right, and we got to start scoring points. In football, those are two separate sides of the ball, two completely different groups of players. And yes, a good defense can help a struggling offense, but in basketball, one impacts the other instantaneously. So a good defense in basketball creates a turnover, creates a missed shot. What's the very next thing that happens? Those exact same group of 5 players are sprinting down the court going in the other direction. It is a direct correlation. If you're good on defense, you're going to be pretty good on offense most of the time.
Just look at the first 3 games of the Magic series versus Detroit. Pretty good on defense, and we were scoring points. Like we could beat teams because of our offense during that series, and that's because the defense was a big part of it with the turnovers and shutting down Jalen Duren getting rebounds. That's where our offense came from.
Yeah, when you're elite defensively, it's really hard to be bad on offense because you're creating so many easy shots for yourself. So I pulled some numbers just to back this up with some substance outside of me spouting my opinion. The San Antonio Spurs, a defensive first team with the defensive mastermind behind it all being Sean Sweeney, who's now hired by the Magic. They are first among playoff teams in transition points per game. They scored 28 points in transition per game. That's better than any of the 16 teams that played this year in the playoffs. If you then roll that back into the regular season, they ranked 5th in the NBA. That's defense directly turning into offense. So obviously the rebuttal to this would be, but the Magic had a good defense and they still sucked on offense. They weren't good enough on defense this past year. That was part of the problem. But I just think we need to look at this as one impacts the other much more quickly than the other sport that we talk about all the time.
Yeah, for sure. And I also I really do think it's part of you just need a new fresh face in here. I think it's been too long. I think that is mostly where it comes from, besides the defense and offensive struggles in the past year. I really think it's just we need something new.
And he is highly sought after. He is without a doubt the most coveted assistant in the coaching cycle. So we've seen a few hires already. The Pelicans hired Jamal Mosley. He was already a head coach. We saw the Milwaukee Bucks hire Taylor Jenkins, already a head coach. Who else have we seen? There's somebody else out there.
Are we missing one?
We're definitely missing one. Jason Kidd is now gone in Dallas, and so that's an opening. I don't think Chicago has hired a head coach yet. And so, but the number one assistant, when everybody was available, we haven't really seen any other assistants get hired yet. The number one assistant that was coveted across the league was Sean Sweeney. And so I do think part of this, too, is the Magic just wanting to hire the guy that is supposed to be, by all accounts, the next great head coach in the NBA. Part of it, too, is that he's known for his relationships. He's known for his development of star players. He worked under Jason Kidd in Dallas when Luka was there. He worked under Jason Kidd in Milwaukee when Giannis was there.
I think I know where you're getting at.
And he worked with Victor Wembanyama. Now, before I get back to the Giannis thing, something that I think is interesting is Victor Wembanyama, who was named Defensive Player of the Year, was asked, how much credit does Sean Sweeney deserve for your defense being as good as it is and for you winning this award? And his answer was all of it. That's what Victor Wembanyama said.
Well, he also is 7'5".
I'm just saying what he said.
I love it. I love the praise, but he also is 7'5". Sean Sweeney didn't make him 7'5", but I love the praise. That only gives me hope.
This is apparently, according to the article I'm reading on Yahoo Sports, that explains what makes him so savant-like and talks about how detailed his notebooks are. I appreciate a notebook guy, by the way, big notebook guy. His X's and O's and his attitude. So apparently this guy curses a lot. He's got a lot of fire. He'll yell at players on the sideline. I like what I'm hearing. Now, rather than us telling you, Jayden, you did us the honors with 10 minutes, by the way, of pulling some clips. You've got to go deep into the internet to find some Sean Sweeney clips because they don't let assistant coaches talk to the media all that often.
Yeah, I had to go find his AAU coaching. I'm assuming he has a son or something that plays AAU, and he was teaching up some of their players. He's telling them what he does in the locker room and everything like that. And the Magic, they had a whole new offensive scheme this past year, and he talks about not really stressing too much of you need to get with all these film sessions and all that. Just play basketball.
The amount of tape that you're studying and the really truly, dissecting you're doing from an analytical standpoint with these players is so extensive that oftentimes as coaches, we can get overzealous with what we want to do and what we think will work. And at the end of the day, clear, concise, simple is best. So, hey, what's our basic thought on this? What's our foundation? What's our philosophy? What's one thing we can throw at them? What's a second layer that we can go to? And then the other stuff we have to have ready as coaches, but we're not going to put it all in at once. We want to challenge our players physically and mentally to be at their best, but we don't want to overload them and make it too hard on them. But that to me is one of the biggest things that we've gotten into in the past is, we could do this or this or this or this or this, and maybe giving those guys too much. And oftentimes it gets back to play your ass off, know where you're supposed to be, play really hard, do it together by communicating. Those kind of three overarching principles that we talked about defensively.
Okay, this sounds like a coach I can get down with. Let's fit in one more before we take a break. What else do we have from Mr. Sweeney?
In 2023, he was on the Mavs assistant coach, one of them, and they lost to the Nuggets. And I guess they weren't great on the rebounding. So this is just Sean Sweeney talking about the rebounding for the Dallas Mavericks in 2023.
It's a knockout game. It's what I'm getting at. when teams take those tough intermediate paint shots, oftentimes on the perimeter, you have to make a real point to come in and help rebound the basketball instead of watching one of your teammates play one-on-one versus a bigger guy down there. So it's a kind of gang rebounding mentality on shots that are kind of that long paint two or mid-range area.
Okay. Sounds like a guy that knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, oh, he has a basketball IQ.
I'm buried in this article. It's a nice long article from the San Antonio Express, and it's titled "Why Spurs Associate Head Coach Sean Sweeney is the Unsung Hero of the NBA Playoffs." This guy is highly, highly thought of, and I am eager to dig in even more throughout the course of the show. Jason Beatty will join us to talk about the breaking news coming up at 5 o'clock today. Our daily coach quote, more on this Sean Sweeney hire, and a load to get to in the 4 o'clock hour. Don't go anywhere.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Why do I rave about Dynamic Garage Door? It's because they've changed my home for the better in a big, big way. I didn't even realize how noisy my old garage door was until I got a new one. Older doors can become noisy, unreliable, prone to breakdowns. New systems operate smoothly. They require less maintenance, especially if a Dynamic Garage Door is installing them. Check on that. And if you work in your garage at all, forget it. Insulated garage doors help regulate temperature and can lower energy costs. That's another win-win for you. Dynamic Garage Door is exactly that. Dynamic. No pushy scripts, no runaround, just experienced technicians who stand behind their work. Call Darren and Jackie today and experience the difference that local service makes. Dynamic Garage Door. Strong, reliable, family-owned.
Hey, it's the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi, and I want to ask you something. Would you buy a car without test driving it? Of course not. You wouldn't drop 30 grand on something you've never even turned on. So why are you buying appliances like that? At Aggressive Appliances, you don't have to. At the big box stores, you'll find rows of cardboard boxes stacked to the ceiling with some part-time kid reading specs off a sticker. Not at Aggressive Appliances, where you actually get behind the wheel. Real working kitchens, ovens preheating, dishwashers humming, ice machines cranking. You can hear it, feel it, experience it. 2 10,000 square foot showrooms. Experts, not amateurs. People who actually know what's built to last and what's built to break. And they don't disappear after the sale. Delivery, in-house. Installation, in-house. Service, in-house. Even emergency after-hour service. So be aggressive about your investment. Be aggressive about your home. Go to aggressiveappliances.com. That's aggressiveappliances.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good.
But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet Party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Avoid the headaches of a traditional home sale and move on your timeline with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Just a simple, stress-free way to sell your home. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Choosing the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Visit markspain.com to find out what the guaranteed offer would be on your home and skip the hassles of cleaning and costly repairs. One of our clients, Chris, said, selling our 16-year-old home was quick thanks to the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. We avoided the stress of showings, constant cleaning, and negotiations. Their guaranteed offer was beyond what we were hoping for. I've been in the business for nearly 30 years, and I know what matters most, selling your home fast and for maximum profit. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Find out what your guaranteed offer would be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In Office Orlando.
Get ready for the ultimate freestyle experience. Monster Jam Freestyle Mania, presented by Spin Master. Full Send Family Fun. Coming to Kia Center August 8th and 9th. Brought to you by BKD Tires, your local Ford dealers, and Morgan & Morgan. Visit monsterjam.com today.
If you want your windows better in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Host an event they'll never forget at Crush Yard. Designed for group gatherings of all kinds, Crush Yard makes it easy to bring people together for team events, birthday parties, and milestone celebrations. With pickleball courts, great food and drinks, and flexible space to play or relax, everything comes together in one place. We handle the details so you can focus on your guests and enjoy the moment. It's an interactive, high-energy experience everyone will remember. Learn more at crushyard.com.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a FARA fight. Fair and FARA.
Orlando. Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months of the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
This feeling is brought to you by Aleve for arthritis pain relief. What feeling is that? Well, it's the feeling you feel when you have relief from arthritis pain. It's that my hands don't hurt just holding things feeling. That, wow, I can actually move well feeling. You know, that go about your day without worrying about every little movement or ache feeling. Oh, yeah. Because Aleve targets arthritis pain at the source of inflammation for long-lasting relief, so you can keep moving through it. Feel up to 12 hours of arthritis pain relief with one dose. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor arthritis pain.
This report is sponsored by True Green.
Happy Friday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we'll see additional rounds of scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms. Plan for about a 60 to 70% chance of rain today, as highs near the low 90s. As we head to the weekend, we'll see likely a slightly lower coverage area of showers and storms tomorrow, about a 50 to 60% chance of rain before things pick back up for Sunday. Temperatures over the weekend will be closer to the upper 80s for highs. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
True Green. Don't waste another weekend doing your lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at truegreen.com. Then sit back and relax.
The UCF Knights have punched their ticket to the NCAA baseball tournament. And FM 96.9 The Game will be there for every heart-pounding moment as the Knights march their way towards Omaha. The journey begins with a date versus the Wolfpack of NC State. Catch all the exciting action right here on the exclusive home for UCF Sports. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app. Enough of this rat poison. Let the coaches do the talking. It's time for Coach Speak. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Time for our daily coach quote, our daily source of inspiration and motivation. I told you, Jayden, that I was going to start with some poems. I think like the next week. You know, we don't overdo it. And plus, I'll run out of poems.
Oh, you can make your own poem.
That's a good idea. Or have ChatGPT do it.
No, there you go.
Quite the artiste. All right, this one, it's a little long, so you got to follow me here. If you start crying, it's okay. No one's going to judge you. You are on the YouTube stream today, though. This is about shutting the door on yesterday. I have shut the door on yesterday, its sorrows and mistakes. I have locked within its gloomy walls past failures and mistakes. I now throw the key away and seek another room and furnish it with hopes and smiles and every springtime bloom. No thought shall enter this abode that has a taint of pain, and envy, malice, and distrust shall never entrance gain. I have shut the door on yesterday and thrown away the key. Tomorrow holds no fear for me, since I have found today.
Yep, that was beautiful.
Yeah. Put a beat to that.
That was good.
That was a poem that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach of UCLA, used to read to his players. But the text question today is not about what makes you weep. It's about what we should get Mikey for his birthday.
I got him the license plate. I don't know what more to do now.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
I think
I'm good for the next 10 years.
I think guy code that if you get your buddy a birthday present, I think you're good for like 3 years.
Even longer.
It's not like a relationship thing where you got to every year, you got to kind of one up the year before.
Yeah, no, you just give him a high five, happy birthday. Oh, you remember that license plate? I got you.
You don't even need to say it. It's known.
Yeah.
You're good. I think you're safe.
Oh, you got him a hat for Christmas too, you know?
I did. I got him a Jags hat.
So
I don't think I've ever bought Mike anything for his birthday though. So, but what would you in the audience? What would you get Mike Bianchi for his birthday? 50857. We want to know from you. So I've done a little more digging into this article about Sean Sweeney, trying to learn about the man. Eventually, we're going to interview him probably multiple times over the next year plus. And it's somebody that is going to have a big impact on what happens next with the Orlando Magic. And the more that I read about this guy, he was already on my short list. This name, it's not like he came out of nowhere. He's been on the list of possible candidates for all of these openings. He is known as the most highly sought after assistant coach in the NBA. But I haven't done the deep dive on him yet. He's a guy that, based on what I've seen, I liked. I liked the idea of, I was fine with Billy Donovan. I was fine with Jason Kidd.
Yes.
And Sean Sweeney. That was my list. There aren't that many openings out there. You got your pick of the litter. So go get one of those guys. And they got one of them. And they went the assistant route rather than the retread route. And I tend to be more of a let's try the new thing in coaching rather than trying something that didn't work somewhere else.
Yeah, it didn't work anywhere else, so why would it work here?
So the quote that I keep going back to is when Victor Wembanyama was asked, how much credit does Sean Sweeney deserve for the Spurs' defensive spark? And Victor Wembanyama said all of it. The results have been immediate. He's only been with the Spurs for this season. And so a lot of folks, I've already heard it from you. I guarantee Bianchi would be yelling at me about this if he was in the chair today.
Oh, absolutely.
I've seen it on the text line. They've got Victor Wembanyama. That's the defensive plan. Anybody's going to look like a genius with Wemby. It definitely makes things easier. But this is Wemby's third year in the NBA. He was on the team last year. You know where they ranked in defense last season? Fifth worst in the NBA with Victor Wembanyama.
I was about to say he did miss some time, but oh yeah, that's rough.
Still,
no. That's a big improvement. He comes in and changes it completely. That's huge.
They were top 5 in the playoffs. They've been top 1, and this is Sean Sweeney's first year with the team. So there's a clear impact that he has had. Wemby's gotten better, but has he gotten 5th worst defense better? Here's the thing. It's not about Wemby, okay? Wemby is his own thing. He is his own system. But Wemby alone, there's no player that's good enough by himself that he's going to make an entire defense good. You have to at least be respectable elsewhere in order to make him look as dominant as he is. Him at his best would get you at like 15th in the league if everybody else around you just didn't do their job. He's that good. But you got to have buy-in from everybody if you're going to be top 5 or number 1 in the NBA. This was one from a quote from Julian Champagny, is one of their big outside shooters. He said that he'll come to the bench and just start ripping guys and cursing us out. More often than not, he ends up losing his voice or running out of air because he's screaming so much.
That's what the Magic needs.
Yes.
That's perfect. That's our coach.
I want fire. That is the thing that bothered me the most about Jamal Mosley. All of you worried about timeout usage and challenges.
Halftime adjustments.
Halftime adjustments. I want fire. Jamal Mosley was so even keel. He was so composed. And yeah, there's a place for that, and that is admirable. But sometimes you got to get pissed off.
Yeah. Well, there was one time Mosley did get pissed off, and then nothing happened from it. So you can't get pissed off and for no reason. And I think if he just comes into the building already pissed off, everyone around him is going to be pissed off, and it's going to be amazing. Everyone's just going to have so much fire, and they're going to be so mad that they blew a 3-1. We're going to come back and be – now, do you think if we're anywhere – 3 seed or lower, are we disappointed?
I'm not there yet.
We're not there yet.
I gotta see
Too
soon. I gotta see what happens to this roster. I am starting to get the feeling that the Magic are gonna have real conversations about Giannis. I really believe that. John Hammond is still involved in the front office. He's an advisory role. That's the guy who drafted Giannis in Milwaukee. Jeff Weltman's the guy who flew overseas and scouted him. That's the president of basketball operations. And Sean Sweeney was an assistant coach for the Milwaukee Bucks and reportedly had a close relationship with Giannis. Check, check, and check. And now you have Ramona Shelburne, not Jake Fisher. You have Ramona Shelburne from ESPN saying that the Magic are a legit candidate for Giannis. There's legs to this. And there's very obvious dots to connect. This could be a real thing. Keep an eye on it. And I don't know how you turn it down. We'll talk about what that looks like later in the show, but I would have a really hard time saying no to Giannis.
Yeah, it's hard. It's real hard.
You can throw some scenarios my way later on. More Game On coming up. We've got a thrilling edition of Mic'd Up on the way next.
Man, I gotta have it. It's a one of a kind. Now I'm going once, going twice. I'm sold to Bianchi on the radio show. 96.9 on the dial. I know him and BK won't tell you no lies. Man, I just love those Orlando guys. Sold. Game on the radio.
There's an accident blocking 2 center lanes, I-4 westbound before Michigan Street. Expect heavy delays through there. Also, a crash blocking 2 right lanes, from 408. Also, accident blocking the shoulder, I-4 eastbound at Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
For over 40 years, Gomez Plumbing has built a reputation for reliable service and honest workmanship. Whether it's a simple repair, a leaky faucet, clogged drain, or a complete whole home remodel or new construction, no project is too big or too small. My wife and I asked the Facebook page in the community that we live in for some suggestions for a good plumber when we moved out to Longwood, and the first and most frequent name that popped up was Gomez Plumbing, and boy, was my community right. Very few things as reassuring as a homeowner than having a plumber that you can count on. But they don't just service my area, they service yours as well. From everyday plumbing fixes to major renovations, the experienced team at Gomez Plumbing is ready to get the job done right the first time. And when you call, Haley or Kimmy are going to be there to help, making sure that you have all of your needs met with friendly, personal service every step of the way. Choose the name that Central Florida has trusted for generations. Schedule your next service with Gomez Plumbing and let that stress wash away.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
If you want your windows there and Reese. Pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Looking for a workout that doesn't feel like a workout? At Crush Yard, wellness is all about movement, connection, and fun, no matter your skill level. Whether you've never picked up a paddle or you play every week, pickleball gets your body moving and your stress levels down. Add in great food, refreshing drinks, and a social atmosphere, and it's wellness you actually want to show up for. Learn more at crushyard.com.
Listen to 96.9 The Game in your smart home. Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game on iHeart Radio. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Girl Pride lights up Music City.
Here we go, Nashville. Who you got here?
Who's got what it takes to tackle the concrete at Nashville Superspeedway and walk away with NASCAR's coolest trophy?
Who it is? Can he do it?
Stream the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, where music meets motorsports, only on Prime. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. Wait, is that Ronaldinho? Ronaldinho, you think Brazil will win it all this summer?
Claro que sí.
Can I just say, you're my favorite player ever.
Soccer's biggest tournament and biggest stars are coming to Florida this summer. And the place to bet it all is on Hard Rock Bet. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and back your country. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Welcome to Embers Only on iHeartRadio Orlando, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Step inside the luxury cigar lifestyle with our cigar of the week. And man, what a cigar we have for you this week. A legend over at Corona Cigar. It's the Corona Nicaraguan 25th anniversary FSG Shade Churchill. And this is a celebration of the milestone of Corona's 25th anniversary, but they put a new spin on this Nicaraguan classic. They worked with their friends over at the J.C. Newman Cigar Company to create a Florida sun-grown tobacco cigar, and they did it. Beautiful smoke. Nice spicy flavor. And it is your cigar of the week. Thanks so much for joining us for Embers Only. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, Sarasota, Tampa, and always online at coronacigar.com.
Taco Bell's Lux Boxes. Choose the $5, $7, or $9 box. Now with the shredded beef dipping taco. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
We've made it easier to connect with 96.9 The Game. Just open the free iHeart Radio app and make us your number one preset.
Guys, let's be honest. When your energy drops, your focus fades, and your performance slips, it doesn't just affect one part of your life. It hits everything. Your workouts, your work, your confidence, and yes, your relationship. That's why I trust Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This isn't a pill mill or a testosterone drive-through. It's a full-service medical practice helping men optimize everything: hormones, blood flow, recovery, sexual performance, even weight loss. Dr. John Carrazella, a Yale-trained expert with decades of medical experience, leads the team. They'll find what's off, fix it safely, and get you performing at your best again in the gym, at work, and yes, in the bedroom. Mention my name and get $50 off a new patient consultation or 10% off any service or product. It's time to reclaim your strength and confidence and get your edge back. Visit hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. That's hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, and iHeart Radio Station. Guaranteed human. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
I think if Bianchi knew that the Magic were going to hire a new coach, he may have held out on the birthday celebration.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how the cookie crumbles. It's okay.
But this Jayden, we don't get this a ton, but we do get it a lot more in the afternoon than the guys in the morning. It's the thing that, as someone who started in sports talk radio doing mornings, I love the energy, being the first to a topic aspect of a morning show. And I also really like being done with your workday at 9 a.m. That was fun.
That does sound nice.
But the thing outside of sleeping in, or whatever that is supposed to look like with a 6-year-old, the thing that I love the most content-wise about having an afternoon show is that this is when stories break. And you can have all the plans in the world of what you want to talk about, and then you get the obvious biggest story.
It's so funny you say that, because I was just thinking about that yesterday. Like, if we had the morning show, we wouldn't be able to talk about this till Monday. Like, that's crazy.
Right. Very, very true. And then, so it's like, okay, well, you did all this prep for a 3-hour show, but happy to push that to the side for breaking news like this. Sean Sweeney hired as the Orlando Magic head coach, and we are breaking it down from every angle. Let's see what the fans are thinking. Let's start with the talkback line. We will go to David.
I know Sean Sweeney just got hired, but how long do we have to wait until you guys are able to interview him on the radio? And can you guys maybe ask him, what does he have conceptually he wants to do for the Magic on offense? Because we know he's a great defensive coach, but what can we do to go from bottom of the barrel to maybe mid or top of the league on offense?
So those are great questions. We will definitely get a chance to talk to Sean Sweeney. We will definitely get a chance to talk to him rather quickly. I don't know the exact timeline, but I would guess. Well, first of all, it depends when he's done coaching, because he's going to finish his role with the San Antonio Spurs. So if they win on Saturday night, we're not going to get a chance to talk to Sean Sweeney for another couple of weeks. So it's very dependent on what happens with the San Antonio Spurs. I'm thinking he's not even going to have his introductory press conference until after the Spurs are eliminated or win the NBA championship. So we'll see what that looks like. And definitely going to be one of the first questions asked of him is, it's great that you're the defensive mastermind, but this offense has struggled for years. And I'm sure he's going to have a pretty dynamic answer for that. Part of it is talent. You have to have guys that can shoot. You can get players. It's one thing that Mosley didn't get any credit for, because every time he got someone open, what's that noise? Clank. They would miss. Let's go to the talkback line again and hear from Thomas.
So Weltman's vision for this team going forward is a coach who is defensive-minded, but believes because of analytics, you don't need to coach, and it's more about relationships. And a guy who's well past his prime and constantly injured and struggles to shoot the ball. I mean, just masterclass by Weltman here. I hate this franchise. God, I hate it.
Tell us how you really feel, Thomas.
I guess some people are happy in Orlando.
We've heard some of his talkbacks over the last couple of months. Not a lot making Thomas happy these days.
Yeah. Get a hot dog or something, then make him happy.
Yeah, nice ice cold beer, kick you off a wonderful weekend. More Game On the way. We've got mic'd up Shams' thoughts on this hire for the Orlando Magic and other happenings across the sports world. Loaded 4 o'clock hour, 60 seconds away.
Coaches, players, GMs, everyone's got an opinion these days. Let's hear from the biggest names in the game. It's time for Mic'd Up.
Mic'd Up, brought to you by Adventure Boat Share. Get a boat, rent a boat, hassle-free. Adventure Boat Share.
Pontoon boats, sharp boats,
sailboats,
boats with motors, all of them.
Jet skis. I'm sure they have jet skis. You'd be foolish not to start your summer fun with Adventure Boat Share. I'd tell you where to go, but that's Mikey's job.
Yep.
But just Google them.
I'm sure they pop up first thing.
All right, let's start mic'd up with Shams Charania, the lead NBA reporter in the world, talking about the new hire for the Orlando Magic.
Malika, sources tell me that Orlando is hiring Spurs associate coach Sean Sweeney as the franchise's next head coach. Sweeney gets this job during a process that also included finalists in Billy Donovan and Jeff Van Gundy. So now Sweeney will finish up the rest of this postseason on the Spurs bench. We know his value to Mitch Johnson throughout this first season overall for him in San Antonio, running the defense, one of the top defensive teams in the NBA, a 28-win improvement from last season. And I'm told Sean Sweeney really clinched this job in a meeting with ownership in San Antonio on an off day on Wednesday. He's coached stars like Giannis, Luka Doncic, now Wemby, and Stephon Castle, and now we'll take over a team that has Eastern Conference contending aspirations in Orlando.
I covered Sean.
All right, there you go. That is Sham's thoughts on the hire for the Orlando Magic. Big-time move, big-time name in the coaching circles, the most highly sought-after assistant coach in the league. This is a guy that I think Magic fans should be pretty pumped about. And one of the names that he's coaching right now as we speak is Victor Wembanyama. The Spurs won last night. You wouldn't necessarily be able to tell the way that Victor Wembanyama spoke to the sideline reporter for NBC. After skipping out on his media session in Game 5, here's what he sounded like on the court after the win.
Johnson told me that you live for big moments like this, that you want to be on center stage. So why is this team built for moments like this?
I can't say why. I just work it just hard.
You guys held Oklahoma City to 13 third quarter points. What kind of defensive effort does it take as a team to do something like that?
Just in the coaches.
And then ran off. A little weird, a little strange, but maybe it's better in the press room. Maybe he was waiting he was going to save his deepest thoughts for the press conference.
From Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle's teammate.
Vic, to your right, what did you feel like the biggest difference between last game and this game was for you personally?
Myself? Trusting the game plan, discussing tactics with the staff and teammates.
Before the game, you gathered the whole team like on the court and gave them a speech. Just what did you say in that speech, and how do you feel like you guys carried that out early in the game?
I don't remember.
Just black out, kind of.
Okay, that's a little awkward.
Yeah, I'm telling you, BK, I told us to be on here.
Go ahead. Give me your spiel.
This man is a villain. He elbowed Naz Reid straight to the head, WWE style, no consequences. And then going into Game 5, garbage time, they've lost. He whispers into Mason Plumlee and Bismack Biyombo's ear. They hard foul Jared McCain. This man is dirty. He won't talk to the media, and now he's talking to the media. But is he really talking to the media? He sounds like a depressed teenager.
It's a little strange. I've diagnosed what has gone on here. Something weird is happening with Victor Wembanyama. I think he is cracking to the pressure that we see a lot of top athletes that enter that initial wave of superstardom. He's been famous for years, and he's talked to the media for years. But think about it. This is the brightest spotlight day to day that he has had on him since he was born. This moment right now, the game he's playing on Saturday will be the biggest game he's played in his entire life. And Victor Wembanyama has played in some pretty big basketball games in France and all of that. This will be it. It is cracking him. Now, is it cracking him on the court? Not so much. He played great in game 6. But personally, we see this happen all the time. Think about Simone Biles. Think about Coco Gauff and the struggles she's had talking to the media. Think about LeBron James turned into a villain when he was such a nice guy because he didn't know how to handle the media pressure. Allen Iverson, we're talking about practice. Like, they all have these moments when they are the most popular player in the world and they can't handle it. All of a sudden, everyone is scrutinizing you. Everyone's asking you questions. He's the only guy that the media wants to talk to after the games. He's always the guy that ends up with the sideline reporter. He's always the guy that ends up in the press room afterwards answering questions. Whoa. And it is making him crack. And I know what people are going to say, but he's paid all this money. Yeah, and eventually he'll hire a therapist that's really good, and he'll get over it. But right now, he's cracking under the pressure.
That's but when you're in the face of the NBA, you can't crack. Then that's the expectation.
But that is the youthfulness of it, and money can't buy you maturity. It takes time. So I think that's what's going on. Victor Wembanyama is not a villain. I will stand up for him as long as I can, but he's not making it easy on me with stuff like that. Let's go to football. Saquon Barkley, your running back, already saying goodbye to A.J. Brown.
I don't think we really addressed it. It's football. It's the National Football League. I think it's, if you it's going to be a hard time for me to say anything bad about A.J. Brown. I'm a big fan of A.J. Brown, one of my really good friends, one of my favorite teammates I've ever been around. Just respect him as a man. But this is the business. It's the NFL. If I'm not here, if Jalen's not here, if, whoever's not here, the show goes on. And that's how the NFL operates. So you don't really address it. It's not really anything to be addressed. You just go by your work and keep getting better. And, whatever happens, it's above my pay grade. And I'm just focused on being the best player that I can be.
June 1st is essentially A.J. Brown Day. That's the designation for when the Eagles have no incentive to trade him before June 1st because of the way they can break up his contract after he's dealt. So even if he was traded right now, he wouldn't the paperwork wouldn't process until after June 1st. So the Eagles are just holding out on this. They want to get the best price. I don't know that they're going to get it because A.J. Brown has kind of been a diva throughout his career, and teams are tripping over themselves to give up first-round picks for wide receivers that might become problems in the locker room.
No, I guarantee you, midnight strikes June 1st, we will get the announcement that he's been traded. I guarantee you they already know what they're going to trade him for. They're just waiting for June 1st. I guarantee it.
Ian Rappaport said that the Patriots and the Eagles are far apart on a deal. I wonder if somebody else is going to swoop in.
There was talks about the Jags.
The Jags would be interesting.
Brian Thomas Jr. I would love that as an Eagles fan. Brian Thomas Jr., revive his career. His rookie year was pretty solid. He could be a very good receiver.
Yeah, it'd be an enhancement for the Jaguars. You'd get a young piece in Philadelphia that adds to the depth at wide receiver, and you put him with, they just drafted Mekhi Lemon. They have Devontae Smith is going to be their number one guy when A.J. Brown is gone. That's not a bad idea for either team. I think that would work well for both of them. The team I think should swoop in is Kansas City. They're going to rely on Rashee Rice? The guy can't stay out of jail.
Yeah, no, you got a point. But is Patrick Mahomes even going to be back week 1? I know he's got OTAs and everything.
His
but
plan, because he's like a super freak athlete, he'll probably be back week 1. Anybody else would not be. But there's a chance that he misses the first couple of weeks. But that wouldn't stop them if they felt like they could be in the market for A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
It's not like Mahomes I don't think he's going to miss the first month of the season. It's possible he misses the first 2 games, and they got to make do with, do you remember who they signed?
I can't even remember.
Justin Fields.
Oh,
their backup quarterback. That's
they'll have fun.
Not everyone is a fan of the way that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays basketball. Here's Mike Greenberg from ESPN.
Sometimes watching him play is agonizing. It is not fun. And there is a reason why I think this team has become there's such a polarizing group. I'm going to make a ridiculously dated analogy that just jumped into my head. Alan will remember this, and Michael Wilbon, you certainly will. When they're your guy, you love them, okay? I grew up loving Mark Gastineau. Mark Gastineau created something called the sack dance. At a time when no one ever danced after sacking the quarterback, Mark Gastineau danced when everybody hated him. He was the most hated person in the entire NFL, but I loved him because he was my guy. So if you're an OKC Thunder fan, I get it. You should love SGA. He has taken your team to heights that even Kevin Durant couldn't and others couldn't, right? I totally get why you love him so much. But you have to understand that for the rest of us, watching this style of play is not like watching Steph. No. It's not like watching Michael Jordan. It's just not. And we're watching to be entertained as much as anything else. And that, I think, is where this complication comes in.
Team's. Yeah, Greeny's not wrong about that. Top player in the league in terms of an MVP the last 2 seasons, and he wouldn't sniff my top 5, top 10 of most entertaining players to watch in the NBA.
It's so boring. It's flop city all day.
You know who he reminds me of? So not necessarily reminds me of, but I think that there's a comparison to be drawn here between him and an NFL player on how they're viewed by other fans. Is Jalen Hurts. And it's like this era that we're in right now where you've got 2 guys that have figured out how to game the system in their sport. SGA's flopping, which marches him to the free throw line for free baskets, is the NBA equivalent of the tush push. And Jalen Hurts is the only one that can do it at a high success rate, at an elite level.
For sure.
And everyone hates it. It's boring. No one's like, oh, yay, the tush push.
I'm like, oh, yay, the tush push.
Exactly. You're an Eagles fan, but it is essentially the NFL's version of a free throw, is being able to just push yourself over the one, that getting that 1 yard.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, but a tush push you could stop. Like, it has been stopped, and this past season's been stopped numerous times. SGA, you can't stop the flopping. He's going to get the call.
You can't stop the flop. That's a bar.
Oh, that is, yep, trademarked.
All right, we'll stop mic'd up right there. Okay, we have plenty of Sean Sweeney talk to get to. I promise you. Darren Stoltzfus from West 2 News is going to join us in the middle of the 4 o'clock hour. Jason Beatty from the Orlando Sentinel, who's on top of this story, is going to join us at 5 o'clock. Up next, you've been asking for it, so you're going to get it. Find out what it is after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
This is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. You know how coaches always preach preparation? Well, Florida homeowners should take that same approach during storm season, because once a hurricane's in the forecast, it's already too late to upgrade your windows and doors. That's why Renewal by Anderson's Acclaim Impact Windows are such a game changer. They're engineered for Florida homes and built to withstand powerful winds and flying debris. Plus, they are made of exclusive Fibrex material that's twice as strong as vinyl and won't warp or crack in Florida's intense heat and humidity. And these windows help keep your home cooler and quieter all year long. And right now, you can get incredible storm season savings. Buy one window or door, get the next one 40% off, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for an entire year. Protect your home with the pros at Renewal by Anderson. Restrictions apply. So whether you're in Central Florida, the Gulf Coast, or in Jacksonville, visit bestwindowsflorida.com. That's bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets quality.
Crews still working on cleaning up that accident, I-4 westbound before Cayley Street. Right lane now is blocked, stop and go from 408. There's an object on the roadway blocking the left lane, I-4 westbound before 46. Slow ride on Orange Blossom Trail north of Town Center Boulevard. Accident reported there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
Everyone's home through the summer, so let's not do anything illegal. But if you do, Trey Flynn is there by your side. I'm talking DUI, serious felony. His expertise in the courtroom and record speaks for itself. Trey Flynn is unlike many in the industry. Compassion for those who have made life-altering mistakes, especially during these summer months. Your free case evaluation is just a click or a phone call away. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Orlando.
Mattress Warehouse Memorial Day sale is going on now. Hurry in to save up to $1,500 warehouse-wide and get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. Plus, get 0% interest and free next-day delivery and setup, all backed by their lifetime price guarantee only at Mattress Warehouse.
It happens only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
Is back. Your hands in the air. One stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready? Featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going on.
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 8.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet Party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Spring has sprung and the bugs are out. That doesn't mean that you have to let them take over your domain. Call the pros at Burn Pest. Joe and his team have been doing this for years. And unlike the big box chains, they're not interested in you spending as much money as possible on every single visit. Burn Pest wants your business for a lifetime. They're a trusted source in this community, helping with a pesky problem. So if bugs are starting to become a problem, call Burn Pest Control, where the bug stops here.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. Go to joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Lights, camera, magic. Mickey and his friends invite you to an unforgettable Disney on Ice gala, where stories like Zootopia 2, Tangled, Monsters, Inc., and more come to life in dazzling Hollywood-style fashion. Disney on Ice presents Spotlight Magic. Visiting soon to Orlando. Coming to Kia Center September 4th through the 6th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com today. Again, get your tickets and check out the show details at DisneyOnIce.com.
Guys, here's the truth. Buying a diamond has never been easy, and now with lab-grown diamonds in the mix, it's even trickier. Are you paying too much? Are you really getting the most for your money? Here's the good news. At International Diamond Center, we cut through the confusion. We give you the straight facts, remove the mystery, and teach you how to make a smart choice, whether you're leaning toward a lab-grown diamond or a timeless natural one. For over 40 years, our mission has stayed the same. Protect the consumer. Reveal the real story behind pricing. Expose the tricks so you don't overpay. We've done it with natural diamonds forever. Now we're doing the exact same thing with lab-grown. At IDC, you'll find an unmatched selection of both, natural and lab-grown, right here in our showroom. We'll let you compare them side by side, as many as you want, until you're completely confident. And no matter which you choose, you get our direct, no-nonsense pricing every day. No inflated markups, no games to maximize profit. Just exceptional value and honest dealing. Don't guess. Don't wonder. Come to the experts you can trust. International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall of Millennia.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love. Sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
First people to do podcasts. We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but you know,
Tired and sick.
tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
969thegame.com. Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game.
What's up, everybody? This is Emmitt Smith.
Smith up the middle. Bounces at the 10, to the 5, up to the right, up to the left. Oh, no! Emmitt Smith.
You're listening to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Just a quick rebuttal. I'm a happy guy, you know. I'm currently stuck in standstill traffic on my way home from work on a Friday. So, yeah, it can piss me off. And, you know, the Orlando Magic is a black hole of happiness. But, I mean, I'm a happy guy. It's just, you know, the teams I root for in my situation driving home right now is abysmal.
That was Thomas, who left us a very salty talkback earlier on in the show. We do call it the Rage Cage, so I appreciate you being rage-filled. That is what we ask of our audience. But I think this is a day of celebration. The Magic have a new head coach. He was highly sought after, not just by the Magic, but across the league. And as a guy that right now, hey, if you're curious what he's all about, you just watch Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. Sean Sweeney, be right there. Not the assistant head coach. I've noticed that they have carefully used the verbiage associate head coach.
Oh, wow.
It's like an elevated position, I think.
His own position.
In the coaching ranks. We're going to talk to Darren Stoltzfus about that, and he's a huge college baseball fan, so he's going to break down everything we need to know about the local teams, who's expected to win this year as the College World Series is underway. The regional's underway today. And we'll have the official bracket set coming up by Monday. He'll join us in the next segment. Jason Beatty will join us at the top of the 5 o'clock hour from the Orlando Sentinel. He covers the Magic day to day and will give us a full breakdown of the Sean Sweeney hire, new head coach with the Orlando Magic. It's almost June, which officially marks a very important time of the year for me. It's fantasy football prep season.
Mikey, close your ears.
Mikey's going to pretend like, oh, I can't believe Kravitz is talking about this at a time like this. And then he's going to slowly turn that dial up because he wants to hear it. Jayden, we all start from the same place when we're doing our prep. We want to know who we're taking in round one. So I am delivering my definitive, laminated top 12 in fantasy football in 2026. This one's laminated till I get a new one laminated. So some of this might actually change.
So it's just a placeholder.
But pretty definitive stuff here. I have broken the top 12. I didn't purposefully do it with this much OCD. It just kind of came out this way. 4 players in 3 tiers. So we'll have a tier drop when we go from one to the next. My number 1 player in tier 1 is Jahmyr Gibbs of the Lions. Super mega stud. Pick your favorite among him or Bijan Robinson. They're both great. I like Gibbs a little bit better. Upside as a pass catcher. I think he's got more to give in that bag. Now, Bijan did have more catches than Gibbs last year, but Gibbs is a more skilled receiver out of the backfield than Bijan is by a hair. I'm also banking on the offense. The Lions' offense should just be better than the Falcons and more goal line work because David Montgomery is gone. Bijan Robinson, though, is number 2, super stud number 2. If you are in the Bijan camp, I can't hate on it. There's really no difference between these two guys. Yards per carry, rushing volume should tilt in his favor. And they have an elevated play caller as their head coach, Kevin Stefanski, who leans on the run to open up the pass. That will help Bijan Robinson as well, as if he needs it. And number 3 is Jamar Chase, best receiver in the NFL. His best season is still yet to come, and I want to make sure that I am ahead of it instead of behind it. Last year was a down year in some way. Burrow missed time, and he's still finished top 3 at the position. Crazy explosive. Chase is at 3. Number 4, Jackson Smith-Njigba. Big-time breakout last year, 119 catches. My dude, this is my favorite player in the NFL right now. Safest player in fantasy. Not a fluke. He's the best route runner in the league. That's my definitive top 4. Teardrop.
It's going down for it.
On to number 5, Ashton Jeanty. All of you bought this guy too early. I wasn't a Jeanty guy last year, but I am now. Improved offense under Kubiak, improved quarterback play, another year of seasoning, and I like the way that he wrapped up the 2025 season. When he was given 20 carries or more, which was rare last year, he produced big numbers in all of those games. I think they're going to lean on him heavy this year. I like Ashton Jeanty at 5. Number 6, Jonathan Taylor. He runs behind the best offensive line, run-blocking offensive line in the NFL. Need Daniel Jones to be healthy, though. And I say that this list isn't fully laminated. It's because of Jonathan Taylor. If I can get competent quarterback play that doesn't tank the offense, Jonathan Taylor is number 6 on my list. Right behind him is Christian McCaffrey. You guys know I have a man crush on CMC. Tried and true. He's the offensive engine of the San Francisco 49ers. I'm just worried that he's 29 years old. He just had 400 touches last year and was completely healthy. The year after McCaffrey's completely healthy might not be the year to overinvest in CMC, but he's so good, I can't drop him any lower than 7. Number 8, Puka Nacua. I don't trust him off the field. To see this tier right here is like, you guys are great, but I don't really trust you, but you're great. And if you're on the field for 17 games or close to it, these guys are going to deliver. If he plays all year, this is a bargain. He's been wide receiver 1, 5, and 6 in PPR over the last 3 seasons. Teardrop.
It's going down for it.
Justin Jefferson at number 9. He was bad last year. Stephon Diggs had more fantasy points than Justin Jefferson, but his quarterback situation theoretically should improve with Kyler Murray. Number 10, Saquon Barkley. Horribly inefficient last year, but we have a nice long history of that happening to running backs who breached the 2,000-yard mark the year prior. So he should be back on track this year. Number 11, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Love the Lions offense. His role is as defined as anybody in the NFL, 140 or more targets each of the last 4 seasons. And then number 12, Homer, Devon Achane. I am slinging for upside here. You're not going to find any other ranking out there that has Achane at number 12. I do. This could be a disaster offense, but they have one guy they're going to give the ball to, and his name is Devon Achane, and we've seen what he can do with the ball in his hands. So that is my definitive top 12. I'll go ahead and post this on the Gameheads Facebook page because I know that was a lot.
Yeah, my one gripe was I had question marks about Ashton Jeanty. Now, I don't have a list of running backs in front of me, so I couldn't tell you who I'd rather have. I just don't know if I'm sold on Ashton Jeanty.
I get it. Last year I was like that. I pushed back heavy on him being drafted as highly as he was, but I saw enough glimpses of the guy that was elite at Boise State, and I think they did a lot to improve that offense. There are going to be those that want to draft Jeremiah Love in the first round.
No.
But that offense I want no part of, at least not that early. I would take him early in the second round. Splitting hairs. Up next, TV superstar Darren Stoltzfus talks about UCF's involvement in the College World Series regionals, Florida State, Florida, and Sean Sweeney is the new head coach of the Orlando Magic. More to get to right after this.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be back right after this.
Routine maintenance is a cheat code for homeowners who want to keep their AC unit on the up and up, and this is exactly the time of year that you need to make sure that your AC unit is in tip-top shape. You want someone who's going to do that promptly, someone who's going to put your interests first. Allow me to recommend a name, Mills Air, available to assist you whenever you need them. Their technicians remain on call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, making sure that you never need to wait until regular business hours on Monday morning for an emergency repair. Whether you're in College Park, Winter Park, Altamont Springs, Castleberry, Longwood, Winter Springs, rest assured they've got somebody in the area to help you. Call Leon and the crew, schedule your appointment, and tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. 407-277-1159, online at millsair.com. Call them today, and you could be their next cool customer.
Guys, let's be honest. When your energy drops, your focus fades, and your performance slips, it doesn't just affect one part of your life. It hits everything. Your workouts, your work, your confidence, and yes, your relationship. That's why I trust Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This isn't a pill mill or a testosterone drive-through. It's a full-service medical practice helping men optimize everything: hormones, blood flow, recovery, sexual performance, even weight loss. Dr. John Carazella, a Yale-trained expert with decades of medical experience, leads the team. They'll find what's off, fix it safely, and get you performing at your best again in the gym, at work, and yes, in the bedroom. Mention my name and get $50 off a new patient consultation or 10% off any service or product. It's time to reclaim your strength and confidence and get your edge back. Visit hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. That's hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Get ready for the red carpet celebration of the year when Disney on Ice presents Spotlight Magic, featuring your favorite characters from Zootopia 2, Monsters, Inc., Tangled, and more. Coming to Kia Center September 4th through the 6th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com.
At Crush Yard, pickleball is just the beginning. You'll find a full restaurant and bar, arcade games, and plenty of space to hang out with friends. What starts as a few games often turns into food, drinks, and losing track of time. Play a match, grab a bite, catch up, or stay a while. Whether you're competitive, casual, or just along for the fun, there's something here for everyone. Learn more at CrushYard.com.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Maybe your kids are self-sufficient now, and you're ready to jump back into the workforce. Or perhaps you're stuck in that demanding job, and the compensation just doesn't match your hard work. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. At Mark Spain Real Estate, we have all the components to make you successful as a real estate agent fast. Go to joinmarkspain.com. That's joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Lights up Music City.
Here we go, Nashville. See what you got here.
Who's got what it takes to tackle the concrete at Nashville Superspeedway and walk away with NASCAR's coolest trophy?
Can he do it?
Stream the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, where music meets motorsports, only on Prime. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen. Until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
If you want no windows there and weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey guys, do you want male performance in the bedroom and do you want it now? Get it in 47 seconds or less. For the first time, you can have instant male enhancement. Introducing Knox 47, the topical male enhancement that works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Finally, after years of scientific research, our proprietary formula will allow you to perform in the bedroom like never before. Just imagine that little blue pill on steroids. No reason to settle and wait when you can get instant performance now. Forget about pills and potions that make you wait hours or up to 30 days to work. That's yesterday's news. Knox 47 is brand new. The hottest thing for men. And you don't need a prescription. Call now and get your free supply for a limited time.
Find out how to get Knox 47 for free. Call now, 800-481-9964. That's 800-481-9964. Free bottles for a limited time. Call 800-481-9964. That's 800-481-9964.
Choose one of Wendy's new Biggie deals. At $4, $6, and $8, pick one of the new Biggie deals you're craving. For a pretty biggie deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
The Magic have made a decision. They've got their next head coach. They're hiring San Antonio assistant Sean Sweeney after interviewing several candidates. Meantime, the NBA's Board of Governors, they've approved changes to the draft lottery that are intended to prevent teams from tanking. And Florida and Florida State are set to open the NCAA baseball tournament today. Regional tournaments are being held in both Gainesville and Tallahassee. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Allstate.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
In sports, you don't win championships with amateurs. So why would you trust your family's safety to a do-it-yourself security app? That's exactly why I went with Burton Smart Home and Security Systems. They didn't just sell me a system. They came out, evaluated my home, and custom designed a setup built specifically for me. We're talking encrypted HD cameras, smart locks, motion sensors, door sensors, and full monitoring, all connected in one easy-to-use system. Burton is locally owned, and they've been protecting Central Florida families for over 25 years. No call centers, no guessing, just experienced local pros who know exactly what your home needs. And right now you can get a free doorbell camera with their video package, perfect for stopping those porch pirates. Call 407-349-4040 or visit bhssecurity.com and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. License number EF200001584. Don't put your family's safety in the hands of an amateur. Let the pros at Burton protect your home field.
Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeart Radio app.
This is Anthony Black with the Orlando Magic, and you're locked into Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Let's head to the hotline and chat with Darren Stoltzfus, my old pal from West 2 News, sports director over there. Darren, it has been far too long. How have you been holding up without me?
Oh, Brandon, it's been too long, as you said, but I've somehow, trudged on without our great friendship over the airwaves, and I did get to see at the Magic quite a bit this year, so that was good.
Correct, and we're going to see somebody new at these Magic games now. The Magic are finalizing a deal with Spurs associate head coach Sean Sweeney to be the team's new front man. What'd you think of the news drop today? Is this a guy that you had looked into at all, excited about? How should Magic fans be digesting this?
I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is a guy that was rumored to be in the mix for several other head coaching jobs over the last few years. This kind of seems like a good fit for him as well. He's worked with a ton of superstars. He's been around the league, mostly, I guess, Western Conference. Well, he was in Milwaukee too, Nets. He's been around, and he's played, a huge role in, I think, the way that Giannis has developed. He's a big defensive-minded guy, so it makes a ton of sense. I was able to confirm, league source says, that deal is going to happen, barring unforeseen circumstances. The Magic, though, were not able to confirm or say, hey, we've got a press conference coming or anything like that. They declined to comment. So it does sound like this is going to happen. I think it's going to be interesting to see if he can reshape this team, maybe take Franz and Paolo to the next level. I know he's got some relationship pre-existing with Jalen Suggs and Giannis Antetokounmpo, so maybe there are more moves in the future.
Do you think the Magic should be in the Giannis sweepstakes?
I don't know how that could happen unless you do give up somebody in the core four. Jalen Suggs obviously struggled towards the end of the season and the postseason. I don't know if his relationship with Sean Sweeney would play a role in, maybe he can kind of find what made him so attractive for the Magic in the first place to give a big contract to. But you just saw Desmond Bane come in and be the most consistent player on the floor for 82 games. So do you want to give up on him and try to get Giannis somehow like that? And you're really tied to Paolo and Franz together, but maybe you say, okay, well, one of these guys, maybe we can get more out of Giannis now than we could potential-wise. It's just so difficult to forecast what the Magic have because we haven't seen those four players play together at least consistently or at their peak or anywhere close to their peak. So I think the Magic love the roster they've constructed. They would just like everybody to be healthy and play together. But yeah, the idea of adding Giannis to some sort of rotation here in Orlando, I mean, how can you not try to explore that?
Exactly that. That's my stance on this. And the problem is that you can't really add that context on Twitter. I threw that exact thought out there. I'm getting roasted currently as we speak. We know that feeling good and well, Darren, being the opinionated man that you are as well. But it is what it is.
That like, Brandon?
Well, this is the life that we sign up for. Let's flip over to college baseball. You are one of the biggest college baseball fans that I know. Explain your love and passion for not just the sport, but specifically this time of year and the College World Series.
I do love college baseball. It feels like one of the last untainted sports that we have out there, and I say that full well knowing the amount of turnover that comes in college baseball on the rosters these days. It's just like any other sport. But it does feel like it is a little bit more for love of the game. I feel like it's a little bit more pure. Whether or not that's actually true, who knows? But
if that's how you feel, Darren, don't let anybody stand in the way of that.
Thank you. I'm not putting this out there on Twitter for that to get rid of. No, I think there is something special too once you've been to Omaha and seen just the way that town loves college baseball. And it does feel like one of those last, it's not corporatized. I mean, it is a little bit because they moved to the new ballpark. See, I'm backtracking already. But it just, I get the warm fuzzies for college baseball. I love it. I love the format. I love the 4-team regionals, then the super regionals, and then Omaha, of course. And, it's just been a lot of fun, especially over the last, 10 to 15 years in South Carolina and then here in Florida, a couple places where there's some great college baseball. So many, many hours of my life have been spent during rain delays in this tournament too. So that's not exactly the best either. But no, I love it. And I think this year it's going to be a lot of fun for the Sunshine State. It's kind of like the world is all right again in college baseball. Florida State's hosting a regional. Florida's hosting a regional. UCF's got a great opportunity up at Auburn, and Miami's in Gainesville too. So we could see several teams trying to make their way out to Nebraska this year.
Okay, so give me the quick rundown as somebody who does not pay attention a lick to college baseball until the regionals start to heat up. So this is right around the time I'll start to peek in on the sport, and then once we get the round of 16, I'm all in. It is a lot of fun to watch the College World Series. So give me the rundown on Florida, Florida State, and UCF. Do these teams, based on the odds list, it looks like Florida and Florida State have a really good chance to make a run at this. UCF is potentially going to get a win today if everything breaks right for them against NC State. But what should we expect from these three schools?
So the fun part is Florida State and Florida are at home, and Florida State's gone through some adversity. They lost arguably the best player in the ACC earlier this year, but they're trying to battle back through that, and they've done a really good job at that. They're one of 3 teams that have hosted a regional each of the last 3 tournaments. So consistency has certainly been, a huge factor for Link Jarrett as he kind of gets his alma mater going. So I look for Florida State to really, if they can get out of this regional, they do have Coastal Carolina in there who was in the final last year in the College World Series. They're in their regional, so they don't have a cakewalk to get to the Supers. But, it'll be interesting. I think the way things have kind of shook out, at the Auburn regional, it puts UCF in a good spot. Rich Wallace also at his alma mater. Auburn lost in their first game. I believe that went final. So that really kind of can set things up. When the host team loses that first game, it really just makes everybody feel like it's a wide open race. So Florida almost had to deal with that against Rider today, but they did survive in advance, and we'll see what Troy and Miami do in the nightcap there in Gainesville. But Troy's a really good team out of the Sun Belt too. They were kind of on the fringe last year, did not get into the tournament, felt like they really deserved to be there, and they weren't. So they've got a chip on their shoulder too. So watch out. I mean, it's fun when you look at the Sun Belt in other conferences or in other sports. You don't really think, ooh, that's a really good conference at the D1 level. Like, they have some stories, they have some one-offs, but Coastal's won a national championship in the last 10 years or so, and they put 4 or 5 teams into the tournament this year. So it's a really good conference. You got to kind of watch out. You never know. I mean, St. John's out of the Big East, they could make some noise. Who knows?
UCF, for the second time in 3 years, has earned an at-large bid into the tournament. Rich Wallace must be a hell of a coach. What's been your impression of him since he took over the job?
Rich has been really fun to get to know. I was up there at the Florida State Regional a couple of years ago when he got the team in there, and Stetson was up there, Florida State was up there, Alabama, and UCF made it to the region final and gave Florida State everything they could handle before Florida State ended up getting to the national semifinals in the College World Series. So ton of turnover, as is the case, especially in the transfer portal era, but college baseball's kind of always been like that. But yeah, he's so much fun to get around and be around, and ran into him at the airport when he was going out to Omaha when Florida State and Florida were out there and UCF had already been eliminated. So this is a college baseball guy through and through. Got engaged to his wife, I believe, but he either got engaged or married at home plate at Rosenblatt Stadium back before it was torn down. So this guy is all about college baseball. But yeah, I think UCF has the right guy. He has the right vision for this program, and they've really taken advantage of being in the Big 12. They've been one of the more consistent programs for UCF in that power conference. So I think the Big 12 kind of got a little disrespected last year as a conference in college baseball, and maybe they overcorrected this year. They have 2 host sites. But there was a scenario where UCF was hosting a regional this weekend. They had a couple bumps and bruises along the way, and that didn't end up happening. But UCF certainly seems to be headed in the right direction. And again, with Auburn losing in Game 1 today, I think they have a great opportunity to kind of take control if they can get past NC State and then maybe pick up a win tomorrow as well.
Well, I know this time of year the sun shines a little brighter, the grass smells a little better when we inch towards Omaha. Thanks so much for the time. Darren Stoltzfus from Wish 2 News. Thanks, man.
Always a pleasure, BK. Thanks.
The final 8 teams going to advance to the Super Regional. They're going to head out to Omaha, Nebraska for the College World Series. That officially starts on June 12th. Up next, your texts, your talkbacks, and we're going to hear from Jason Beatty of the Orlando Sentinel as we continue to deep dive into the Sean Sweeney hire. Back with that after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Game 7 tomorrow night in the NBA. Doesn't get much better than that. Already took a first quarter under. If you want to follow along on that, 55.5 was the number over on Hard Rock Bet. But guess what? We have Friday night action in sports as well. Hurricanes at home for Game 5 against Montreal, sitting as a favorite of minus 240. It's Friday night. That means that every team in Major League Baseball is in action tonight. And we have College World Series regionals that you can bet on as well. It's a sports bettor's paradise. Not sure what to put together? Look into their pre-built same-game parlays. Check out the stats on the Stats Hub, or you can tap in for daily profit boosts. World Cup, French Open, hockey postseason, MLB, all of these markets are available and waiting for you. If you've got friends, you can refer them to Hard Rock Bet, and you'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. That's $50 for you and $50 for them. Win together and get the party started over on Hard Rock Bet. Payable and bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
I-4 eastbound at Osceola Polk Line Road. That crash has been cleared. Traffic still stop and go from US 27. 2 right lanes are blocked now on I-4 westbound near Cayley Street. Move over and slow down if you see emergency crews there. There's a crash on Kirkman Road. Southbound at Sand Lake Road block in the left lane. The left lane still blocked on the Greenway southbound at La Vista Boulevard. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Orlando, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, right there next to Claremont. Not only can you tee off on 2 stunning championship golf courses, El Campeon and Las Colinas, but you can also play pickleball, tennis, or rent a boat at the marina and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. They're beautiful. And when the day winds down, relax at the spa or dine at one of their 4 fabulous on-site restaurants. The Sunday Champagne Brunch is a feast you will thoroughly enjoy. Mission Resort is perfect for couples, families, or anyone just looking for a little escape close to home. If you just want to come over for a day of golf, book those tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. For hotel reservations and tee times, go to missionresortandclub.com. That's missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort, Central Florida's hidden gem, is just waiting for you.
This report is sponsored by OUC. Is your AC working overtime? OUC customers can upgrade to a high-efficiency HVAC system and get money back with rebates. So staying cool means saving more. Don't just go green, get green. Visit ouc.com/getgreen.
It's spring out here and time to get to work. At Tractor Supply, we've got what you need. Mowers, spreaders, and tillers, soil, mulch, seeds, and plants with low prices every day. Dig into spring at Tractor Supply.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. Go to joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Spring has sprung and the bugs are out. That doesn't mean that you have to let them take over your domain. Call the pros at Burn Pest. Joe and his team have been doing this for years. And unlike the big box chains, they're not interested in you spending as much money as possible on every single visit. Burn Pest wants your business for a lifetime. They're a trusted source in this community, helping with a pesky problem. So if bugs are starting to become a problem, call Burn Pest Control, where the bug stops here.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
If you want no windows there and weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good.
But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
48 countries.
Only one winner.
iHeart Radio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live. At
free unforgettable moment wherever you are. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
The world will be listening.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
This is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi, keeping it real. Let's be honest about something. In Florida, air conditioning isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. That's why having an AC company you trust is just as important as having a car mechanic you trust. For my home, that company is Ziegler Air Conditioning. Jason and his crew just celebrated 40 years of cooling Central Florida, and their maintenance program is second to none. They perform a detailed 25-point system check, clean the drain lines, change the filters, lubricate every moving part, and make sure everything is running efficiently before the hot season really kicks in. And here's something else I really like. Their technicians aren't paid commissions. That means they're not trying to upsell you on something you don't need. They're paid well to do good, honest work, period. That's the kind of company you want taking care of something as important as your AC. So give them a call at 407-245-8765, 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
Get hurt in the game? We tough it out. Feel exhausted? We push on. Feeling down? We pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. But there are times when bootstraps aren't enough. When stress gets to us and we need to talk to someone about what we're really going through. So we're going to reach out, because sometimes mental health is not a one-person job. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
This is Franz Wagner of the Orlando Magic, and you're listening to the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Yeah, as a lifelong Magic fan, I'm used to the disappointment, but I don't know about anything about this guy other than he's an assistant coach for the Spurs. Mr. Sean Sweeney, I would like this to work out. I thought maybe Tibbs, maybe Billy Donovan, but we're just going to have to see. I mean, we're right back kind of where we were before with a rebuild in a sense, where we got to start over with a new coach. So hopefully this works.
It's not a rebuild. It's not a rebuild. Just because it's a name that you haven't heard of before doesn't mean it's not the very best hire. I was selling myself on Billy Donovan, whatever. But part of that, we have to be honest with ourselves. Part of the reason you would sell yourself on Billy or Tibbs or Kidd is because you know them. It's not because they're better. It's because you know who they are. And it's comfortable. It's familiar. And I think, based on everything that I have seen and read, and this is not some homer opinion, Sean Sweeney looks like a dynamite hire for the Magic based on his approach to the game, his relationships with star players, his demeanor, and the success that he has. He was with the Mavericks for 4 years. They were in the NBA Finals and had a top-flight defense with Luka Doncic on the team, by the way, who is a traffic cone. The Spurs, yes, they have Victor Wembanyama. Guess what? They had Wemby last year, too. They were bottom 5 in the NBA defensively. He walks in the door. They're top 5, number 1 in defense in the playoffs, and they're shutting down the MVP in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was a no-show last night. And he is being given credit for masterminding the defensive game plan. So that has to count for something.
Oh, this is an A-plus hire. I don't think there's anybody, for the Magic situation, I don't think there's anybody better on the market. I think he's going to come in and instantly put a fire into everybody in this franchise. Front office, everybody. I think it's just going to turn the page in general.
And that's the other thing that we've now learned about Sean Sweeney is that he's a pretty fiery guy. This is a guy who will get in the face of his players. He drops colorful language, and I think this organization needs a guy like that with that sort of an edge. I also believe that this enters the Magic even further into the Giannis conversation. He's a guy who worked with Giannis in Milwaukee. The tea leaves are buzzing. The dots are connecting. Bill Simmons of The Ringer tweeted out, his response to this hire was twofold. One, I can't believe this guy isn't from Massachusetts. because he looks like he's a star in Boondock Saints. And 2, Orlando has now entered the Giannis convo in all caps. Simmons, pretty plugged in guy. We'll check in with Jason Beatty in 60 seconds. More on this hire momentarily.
Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
This was a rip up the plans for the show kind of day for us, as the Magic have hired Sean Sweeney as their new head coach. This report coming from Shams Charania. And when he will be introduced, we'll find out soon. Let's check in with a man on the beat, Jason Beatty from OrlandoSentinel.com. Big time news today, Jason. Thanks for joining us on a moment's notice. I reached out to you, I believe, after our show started today. So thank you for the availability and the flexibility.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's an exciting time. I think whenever you have a hire like this, a monumental hire, a franchise-changing hire, it's fun to talk about, and I'm happy to join you guys.
Were you anticipating this at all in terms of the timing of it? Is it kind of started to feel like the Magic were clearly interested in a coach that was still in the midst of the playoffs, and Sean Sweeney was the name that was at the top of that list? Maybe they were going to wait to make this move until after the postseason had wrapped up. Were you anticipating the timing of this move at all?
Yeah, I think the timing is interesting. Obviously, you could argue Sean Sweeney has one of the biggest games of his life tomorrow, Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, with a trip to the NBA Finals on the line. But I do think in the last week, and really the last 3 days or so, this search, especially Orlando's likeness towards Sean Sweeney, really intensified and increased. Both ESPN and Mark Stein reported that ownership and Magic officials flew to San Antonio to meet with him on Wednesday ahead of Game 6. So I think they were ready, and I think the timing of it is a little interesting. Maybe if you had asked me when it would have come out, I would have said maybe after Game 7. But the reality is, word gets around quickly in the NBA, and I think when a finalization of a deal comes to fruition, stuff like that's going to get out one way or another.
SGA was a minus 28 last night, and the Magic said, we got to get the defensive mastermind behind that. So let's just go ahead and hire him. What have you heard about Sean Sweeney throughout the course of this process? I know that he's been a name that's been on the radar for the last couple of weeks, so I'm sure that you've already done some digging prior to today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the one word that has continued to be mentioned to me by people that I've talked with that have, talked with him in the past or worked with him in the past is that he's intense. He's an intense defensive guru that knows how to hold his players accountable. He's a rising star. I think everything you read about him has been positive. Now, that doesn't necessarily guarantee positive success in Orlando. Obviously, the Magic really liked Jamal Mosley when they hired him. I mean, what organization doesn't like their potential hiree? But the bottom line is, if there's one assistant coach in the NBA who's ready for this moment, for this job, it's Sean Sweeney. He's held every sort of role under the sun as an assistant coach. He's worked with superstars ranging from Wemby, now with the Spurs, to Giannis Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee, and even Blake Griffin in Detroit, Luka Doncic in Dallas. I mean, he's done a little bit of everything. He's worked with tons of names like that, and I really think just his intensity, his tenacity, and his defensive mindedness really fits what the Magic are trying to build towards.
How close do you think they were to making a more obvious move and hiring somebody like Billy Donovan?
Yeah, no, I've confirmed that, they spoke with not only Billy Donovan, but Jeff Van Gundy. Those are the two finalists, along with Sean Sweeney. And I think this is the high risk, high reward hire in Sean Sweeney. I think when Jamal Mosley was dismissed by the organization, a lot of people around the league expected they'd be interested in a Billy Donovan. I think he was the name that had the most buzz. And I think as this search moved forward, and you look at what the Magic, they did take a bit of a step defensively this past season under Mosley, and that was one of the reasons why he was dismissed. And I think Sweeney really doubles and triples down on that defensive mindset. I'm not sure Billy Donovan, he would have been the safe hire, but I think Sweeney is really just the hire that can, make their defense even better now.
We're talking to Jason Beatty. He's a Magic beat writer over at OrlandoSentinel.com. When do you think he's going to be introduced? Do you think it'll be after the postseason? Will it be after Game 7? I guess if they lose, that becomes more obvious. But even if they were to win, have you mapped that out yet?
Yeah, I think it's going to. Obviously the result's going to depend on Game 7 tomorrow night. If they lose, I think it's. I would imagine it would take place next week. The Magic are officially declining to comment, but we have confirmed the hire, of course. But I think it really depends on what happens in Game 7. The Magic are going to be respectful of this, and they understand that, the expectation is for him to stay with the Spurs if they do reach the NBA Finals. He's going to coach the Finals if they advance. Obviously, I think the Magic would love to see their next coach win a championship, so they're going to be rooting for him, no doubt. But this is, it could be as soon as next week. It could be a couple more weeks, depending on what happens tomorrow night in Game 7 against the Thunder.
So the defensive mastermind thing is what I keep stumbling across when I'm looking up the resume of Sean Sweeney. You mentioned the slippage that the Magic had with Jamal Mosley, but prior to that, and even in the playoffs, the Magic defense was not the problem against the Pistons. A lot of conversation from the fans that we've heard from today are about the Magic going from a defensive-minded coach to a defensive-minded coach when the offense is a clear problem. Are fans right to question that, or is it just so different in the NBA, the way that we view that? It almost seems like a football mindset to me.
Yeah, I think it is. That's a good comparison right there. And I think another thing that, if you didn't know anything about Sean Sweeney and his experience and who he's worked with and the jobs he's held and the players he's developed, I think it would be fair to worry about that. And I think it would also be fair to worry about, here they go again, hiring a first-time head coach, and the pressure is on. No matter who the coach is going to be, the pressure is going to be on the next coach of the Magic because of the last 3 years, because of, how financially, strapped this team is with the extensions of Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs. And I think if you just very basically think about it that way, yeah, I think that there is some cause for concern, and Sean Sweeney is going to have to prove why he was hired, of course. But I think when you look at his resume, it's really hard to disagree with this hire. Like I said before, this is a high risk, high reward situation. You can look at what the Spurs did this year. They went from 25th defensive rating to third best. And you can say, well, they have a guy like Victor Wembanyama, who was the unanimous defensive player of the year. But Wembanyama himself was asked, how much credit do you give Sean, who do you give and how much credit do you give Sean Sweeney for this defensive turnaround? He said all of it. So, that's coming from Wembanyama himself. There's no doubt in my mind that, Sean Sweeney is the right guy for the job.
So I saw that Jalen Suggs tweeted out full circle moment. What does that mean? I know that Sean Sweeney was heavy on the AAU circuit. Maybe he ran into Suggs there. Have you dug into their history together?
Yeah, they're both from St. Paul, Minnesota. So that's the connection there. I don't know exactly if, I don't think he's coached him before per se, but I do know that Sean Sweeney's from St. Paul. He played college basketball there, and obviously that's where Jalen Suggs is from as well. So I think we'll be definitely intriguing to learn some more details from Jalen whenever we get the chance to talk with him next. But just very basically, they're both from St. Paul, Minnesota, and I think it's when you see one of your star players like that tweet that, I think it's just very much so points further along why he's the right guy for the job.
In the NBA, Sean Sweeney had a relationship with Giannis during their time in Milwaukee together. And the dots are pretty obvious to connect here between the front office for the Magic and now Sean Sweeney, and Giannis is awesome. Speculate with me here. Is it sports talk radio fodder to have the conversation about the Magic being in the Giannis discussion, or do you think that the Magic will truly explore the possibility of bringing him in, even if it means breaking up the core?
Yeah, I think it's something they've already done a little bit. Mike Scotto of Hoops Hype, National Insider reported that they expressed interest ahead of the deadline for Giannis. And I think even if you say, well, this is just speculation, I think a hire of this stature, given his reputation and also his connections, having previously coached Giannis, he crossed paths with John Hammond and Jeff Weltman during their tenures in Milwaukee. I think the reality is this is the type of hire that only pours fuel to the fire. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to go out and do this just because they're hiring Sean Sweeney. But I think it certainly, just makes the noise louder, I suppose. And, I do think there's going to be some intrigue, but I think there's potentially other teams that have just better offers given the Magic's draft stock availability. Obviously coming off the Desmond Bane trade last summer, there was 4 first-round picks to get Bane. But obviously a player like Paolo Banchero, who's 23 years old, is one of the best young players in the league. So, if they're interested and a guy like Sean Sweeney comes in, maybe they'll look into it further. But, I think hiring a new coach was something Jeff Weltman talked about that can be instrumental towards, changing your team for the better.
Yeah, very interesting stuff, and it does seem like perhaps the biggest moves are still ahead of them. Jason Beatty, OrlandoSentinel.com, breaking down the big news today. Sean Sweeney, the new head coach of the Orlando Magic. Thanks so much for the insight and the time. I really appreciate it, Jason.
No worries. I'm looking forward to getting to know Sean.
Yes, same. We're going to interview him as soon as we possibly can. Coming up, we are going to rattle through your text, your talkbacks, your reaction to the hire, the Magic, now the new head coach. Back in just a bit.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Whatever it is you need from Mills Air, I assure you they are there for you. Their technicians remain on call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, making sure that no matter what day it is, holiday, Sunday, they are there for you. Emergency repair, it always happens at the absolute worst time. So whether you're in Orlando, College Park, Winter Park, Longwood, Winter Springs, rest assured they arrive prepared for the job, and no challenge is too big or too small for Mills Air. Call Leon and the crew, find out for yourself. Schedule an appointment, whether it's quarterly maintenance or if you need them right now, and let them know that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. 407-277-1159, online at millsair.com. Call them today, and you could be their next cool customer.
Crew still trying to clean up the accident, I-4 westbound before Cayley Street. Just the right lane now is blocked, but stop-and-go traffic from 408. Accident blocking 2 left lanes, Alafaya Trail westbound at Waterford Lakes Parkway. It's a slow ride on I-4 eastbound between 417 and 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
Orlando, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, right there next to Claremont. Not only can you tee off on 2 stunning championship golf courses, El Campeon and Las Colinas, but you can also play pickleball, tennis, or rent a boat at the marina and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. They're beautiful. And when the day winds down, relax at the spa or dine at one of their 4 fabulous on-site restaurants. The Sunday champagne brunch is a feast you will thoroughly enjoy. Mission Resort is perfect for couples, families, or anyone just looking for a little escape close to home. If you just want to come over for a day of golf,
Book those tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. For hotel reservations and tee times, go to missionresortandclub.com. That's missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort, Central Florida's hidden gem, is just waiting for you.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Ready to upgrade to the perfect sleep setup? Let Mattress Firm's sleep experts guide you to the perfect bed at the Memorial Day sale. Top brands, ideal comfort, score unbeatable deals on both. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
Happens only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
Is back.
Your hands in the air.
One stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready?
featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going on.
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 8.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. Go to joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Lights, camera, magic. Mickey and his friends invite you to an unforgettable Disney on Ice gala, where stories like Zootopia 2, Tangled, Monsters, Inc., and more come to life in dazzling Hollywood-style fashion. Disney on Ice presents Spotlight Magic. Visiting soon to Orlando. Coming to Kia Center September 4th through the 6th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com today. Again, get your tickets and check out the show details at DisneyOnIce.com.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. Wait, is that Ronaldinho? Ronaldinho, you think Brazil will win it all this summer?
Claro que sí.
Can I just say, you're my favorite player ever.
Soccer's biggest tournament and biggest stars are coming to Florida this summer. And the place to bet it all is on Hard Rock Bet. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and back your country. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Boxing fans, live championship boxing returns to Caribe Royale, Orlando on Saturday, June 13th, with a quadruple world title card and the best of women's boxing. O'Shea Jones takes on Elia Carranza. Tierra Brown takes on Hannah Rapp. Jasmine Animal Artiga, 3-time champ Evelyn Bermudez, and more. Plus, an exciting undercard with some of the world's best undefeated prospects. This is the night women's boxing makes history. Tickets available at Ticketmaster or at CaribeRoyale.com/boxing.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
First people to do podcasts.
We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but you know,
tired and sick.
Tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Embers Only is brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. CoronaCigar.com.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com. 969thegame.com.
Guys, let's be honest. When your energy drops, your focus fades, and your performance slips, it doesn't just affect one part of your life. It hits everything. Your workouts, your work,
your confidence, and yes, your relationship. That's why I trust Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This isn't a pill mill or a testosterone drive-through. It's a full-service medical practice helping men optimize everything: hormones, blood flow, recovery, sexual performance, even weight loss. Dr. John Carazella, a Yale-trained expert with decades of medical experience, leads the team. They'll find what's off, fix it safely, and get you performing at your best again in the gym, at work, and yes, in the bedroom. Mention my name and get $50 off a new patient consultation or 10% off any service or product. It's time to reclaim your strength and confidence and get your edge back. Visit hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. That's hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog.
Sports are full of connections. From that go-ahead touchdown pass late in the fourth quarter to that game-winning homer in the bottom of the ninth. Make a winning connection of your own. Search 96.9 The Game on our free iHeart Radio app and make us a preset. Connection made. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
All right, let's dig into this text line here in a moment. I want to ask you a question, though, Jayden.
I'm listening.
Okay. Where are you at on the whole Giannis thing? Are you...
I'm a little 50-50 on it. I really am, because I am one of those guys where it's like, do we really want to break up the core? Like, we got some young guys. They're all on long-term contracts. Like, you still got to develop them. I don't think any of them over 25, maybe 26 at the oldest they are, but you have a young core. Why break it up? And I understand Giannis has won MVPs. He's won a championship. He hasn't done much in the last couple of years, and he's just getting older.
Yeah, that is a fair criticism of Giannis. He's dealt with some injury issues. His best days could possibly be behind him. Won a championship, but that was years ago.
Yeah, 2021, I believe. It's been a while.
The thing that I keep going back to, because it'd be very easy to just put your Homer glasses on and go, no, this team is great. No need to go make that call. But the thing I ask myself is, if you were to swap Franz, I love Franz, okay? This brings me no joy, but this is a business, and we're trying to win championships here. If you were to swap Giannis for Franz, so now the Magic have no Franz, but they have Giannis in the starting lineup alongside Paolo and Bane and Suggs. Do they have a better chance to win a championship this year and for the next 3 years?
Yes, as a win now move. Yes. I don't know about the next 3 years, but as of next year, yes. You have to give more than just Franz, though. We don't have first round picks. Suggs has to go in that trade. Something else has to go in that trade. Anthony Black, Wendell Carter, something.
So I'm glad that you brought that up, because this was the question I was going to ask. First, I wanted to gauge your interest. If you agree that Giannis helps the team win a championship sooner, which is the goal, you should try and win titles. You don't want to blow up your entire future, but in this scenario, you would still have Paolo Banchero, who's an under 25 potential top 10 player in the NBA. So it's not like you're dismantling everything. You're trading one key young piece to get someone that can help you more right now with a proven track record in the postseason. But you probably don't have the picks. Do you then regret the Desmond Bane trade if it doesn't allow you to make a move to put the team legitimately over the top? Does that then, in hindsight, as much as we love Bane and the personality and his three-point shooting, does it become a regret if that's what holds you back? Because you can't deny that Franz and a couple of first-round picks, that's enough to get the deal done. But the Magic are running out of picks.
That's more than enough to get the deal done. If we gave Franz and like 3 first-round picks, they would say yes to that, no problem. I do think you regret the Desmond Bane trade a little bit, but you don't at the same time, because who else on this team can shoot a 3-ball? You know what I mean? Like, he's desperately needed. We need him.
It's him and occasionally Jalen Suggs.
Every once in a while. But we gave up 4 first-round picks. That's where you throw in the question marks. Did we really need to give up 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane? So a little 50-50 on that.
Yeah, it felt like an F them pick situation until you need the picks.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, well, now I want to trade more picks.
Right, exactly. It's like spending money in your savings account. Seems like a good idea at the time until you need to buy something else. Going to the text line, 50857, Franz and Suggs for Giannis and Kuzma works out in the trade machine. First of many trade scenarios to come. I welcome your thoughts. Love the Sweeney hire, but more needs to happen. I agree that more needs to happen. And I don't really want to see Franz or Paolo leave this team. But if you're getting in a conversation where you're bringing in at his best, Giannis is without question a top 5 player in the NBA. I love Paolo and Franz. They're not top 5 players. They might never be top 5 players. Giannis is that. This isn't just a random story. We're not talking about James Harden. We're talking about a legit MVP candidate.
Would you put him top 5 after this year? Would you say Giannis is still a top 5 player after this year?
His best.
Okay, I was just making sure.
They have to be confident that he's still that guy. And I think it's hard to judge because he didn't play in the back end of the year, and people look and go, look, they're going to look at his games played, and they're going to use that against him, people that are against the potential Giannis deal. He was held out by the Bucks. He wanted to play, and they were like, no, dude, we're trying to trade you. You can't get hurt. So they put him in bubble wrap. Somebody said, missed your thoughts on Sean Sweeney. What do we think? I love the move. He seems like the right guy. Don't get lost in this hole. He's a defensive first coach. The NBA doesn't work like the NFL. One hand feeds the other very directly in basketball. The Spurs, number 1 in transition points in the playoffs, top 5 in the regular season. His defense creates offense, and the Spurs jumped big time year over year, adding Sweeney to their coaching staff. He was highly sought after. I think the Magic did the right thing. Bet it or forget it, coming up right after this.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
A new garage door can drastically change the look and feel of your home. We like numbers on this show, so here's one. A garage door can make up 30% or more of the front exterior of your home, and replacing it is one of the highest ROI improvements that you can make. But it's not just about finding any garage company to do that. It's about finding the right one, and Dynamic Garage Door is the best answer that you will find. Believe me, I know firsthand about their high quality, professionalism, and attention to detail. No pushy scripts, no runaround, just experienced technicians who stand behind their work. Call Darren and Jackie today and experience the difference that local service makes. Dynamic Garage Door, strong, reliable, family owned.
Sports fans, it's the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi, and as you know, I've been in some big venues in my life, but let me tell you something. The showroom at Aggressive Appliances, it's the Yankee Stadium of showrooms. 2 massive galleries, live kitchens, real appliances running. You don't stroll past boxes and hope for the best. You step into the big leagues. You want to hear that dishwasher just to make sure it won't wake up the whole house at midnight? Done. Want to feel how fast that oven preheats? Done. Want to taste ice from the fridge? Done. Try doing that at a big box warehouse. At Aggressive Appliances, you work one-on-one with seasoned pros, not somebody covering the paint aisle yesterday and refrigerators today. They know what fits your remodel, your decor, and your life. And when you buy, they deliver, they install, and they service it all in-house. No third parties, no call the manufacturer, just service. Don't shop passive, shop aggressive. Check them out at aggressiveappliances.com. That's aggressiveappliances.com.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Want to win tickets to see the 2026 FIFA World Cup courtesy of Michelob Ultra in Miami? Just log on to 969thegame.com and search on events to find out how. That's 969thegame.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of the biggest soccer event of the world. Enter today.
If you want no windows, there weeks. Pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
NASCAR on Prime lights up Music City.
Here we go, Nashville. See what you got here.
Who's got what it takes to tackle the concrete at Nashville Superspeedway and walk away with NASCAR's coolest trophy?
Who it is? Can he do it?
Stream the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, where music meets motorsports, only on Prime. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Ready to upgrade to the perfect sleep setup? Let Mattress Firm sleep experts guide you to the perfect bed at the Memorial Day sale. Top brands, ideal comfort. Score unbeatable deals on both. They make sleep easy.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet Party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack and a $6 Biggie bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie bundle. The grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them. At Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
At International Diamond Center, diamonds always take center stage. But you won't believe the new collection of rare colored gemstones they have now.
When you see the color that we've procured and the collection